One thing about political campaigns, they change people. If you spend all day giving a stump speech, over time, your opinions tend to change. And in the last year on the Democratic trail for the nomination of the Democratic Party, there's a new agenda, clearly. No matter which one of these candidates win, millions of ordinary Americans are going to have their guns taken away. If you don't like that idea, if you think the Second Amendment may mean something, then the left has a label for you. You're a terrorist. In the city of San Francisco, the city council voted to brand the NRA as a, quote, domestic terror organization.
Supervisor Catherine Stephanie wrote the scathing declaration, reading in part, quote, "The National Rifle Association spreads propaganda that misinforms and aims to deceive the public about the dangers of gun violence."
The NRA has it coming to them, and I will do everything that I possibly can to call them out on what they are, which is a domestic terrorist organization.
Dana Lash is the host of the Dana Show. She joins us tonight. So, look, call me paranoid, and I don't think you can actually be too paranoid in defense of your constitutional rights. But this is a predicate to something. I mean, they're saying this for a reason. When they start telling you that people who have a 12 gauge at home to defend themselves are terrorists, they're setting it up to do something to those people. No?
Yeah, well, I completely agree with your analysis here, Tucker. And also, first off, all day today, these same individuals that have these same Democrat lawmakers that have been screeching and raging because President Trump used accurately the phrase lynching to talk about the witch hunt on him. These are the same lawmakers that have been calling innocent, law-abiding Americans, referring to them as, quote, domestic security threats and terrorists. So I think they kind of need to look in the mirror a little bit if they want to start being the rhetoric police.
Yeah, I mean, that lynching is just noise. But I think you're absolutely right. So just to be clear, they're calling Americans who've committed no crime, who pose no threat,
yes,
who merely want to exercise
yes,
a constitutional right, a terrorist. But what do you do to terrorists?
Yeah, exactly, and that's the whole point. What do you do to terrorists? And these are also the same individuals, Democrats like Bernie Sanders, you have people like Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, particularly Biden and Harris, Tucker, that have been trying to run away from their hard-on-crime, tough-on-crime stances previously, because now it's in vogue for Democrats to be soft on crime. Bernie Sanders and all these other Democrats have been blasting innocent American gun owners, while at the same time, Bernie Sanders says he wants to give violent offenders, people like Dzhokhar Tsarnaev, the terrorist from Boston, people like the murderer in Parkland, he thinks giving them the right to vote on who's going to determine your laws, that's totally okay. That's a mainstream Democrat candidate, Tucker, that's talking about allowing violent felons to vote while simultaneously completely endorsing through silence and or omission of it during any of his speeches, calling innocent law-abiding Americans as terrorists. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is somebody who wants to end mass incarceration. And here's something else to think about too, Tucker, and for everyone else out there. These same lawmakers who are referring to innocent people as terrorists and security threats because we disagree with them on the Second Amendment are also the same lawmakers that want to implement the red flag system, and they want you to trust their judgment while they're simultaneously smearing people with these awful terms.
That's not going to happen. I'm not trusting their judgment. Dana Lash, great to see you tonight. Thank you for that.